Hey, hello everyone, this is Justin. This is my second English tutorial. This tutorial is going to tell you how to make a basic block in Minecraft 1.5.1 and 1.5.2. So let's start from the texture first. So first thing that please go to your MCP extracted folder, which is the folder that we will be using for all the tutorials. So the first thing that we left last time, we had this. So go to your src Minecraft and then please simply make a new folder and call it mods. Of course you can make it inside of your Eclipse, but I just, it doesn't matter because since you're creating whatever folder here, it's going to show in your workspace and you'll rebuild your workspace immediately. And if your computer loads up a little bit, because my Eclipse is up already, it will probably load for just a couple seconds, so don't worry about it. Since you have the mods, you have to notice that all your letters must be in small case. And then second, please make a folder that whichever you want to call it, and you can just name it like I'm going to make it Justin. So yeah, so I don't forget it. We will be using this folder for all the textures. Yes, yeah, for all the textures. So inside of Justin's, you can make another folder called textures in small case, and remember the S at the end. Inside of textures, please make two folders. The first thing is blocks, small case with the S in the end, and the other folder will be items. So we have these two folders. So I think everyone knows that, okay, we will put our blocks in, textures in this folder. We'll put our whatever items here. This is the basic setting for your texture directory, because when Minecraft update to 1.5.0, they update the textures, and it's quite different than 1.4 versions because all the textures are no longer in the same file. It's gonna be separated, so they make a sort of default direction for you to look, or for the Minecraft to look at your textures. So yeah, do it. And the only thing that you can customize for the name will be this folder. So just be sure about that. And since we've done this, go back to your MCP folder. We are going to temp and go into bin Minecraft. The reason why I bring you guys here is I want to show you that this is the default textures for your Minecraft. Inside of textures, you will see blocks and items. And then in blocks, you will see some of these, which are pretty much everything, but not quite. I mean, only for blocks, of course. For this tutorial, I'm going to copy one of the textures here, which is the block diamond. So let's copy that, and you can, if you already have your texture, so you can just use it or whatever. You can follow my step and make a new one. And what I usually do is I copy the whole texture files into somewhere else, so I don't need to dig in every time. I just create a folder, which is usually I'm making the place I make my custom, you see all the textures. So yeah, I have the folder here, and I personally prefer Photoshop as editing because I can just change the color like quite easy. Somebody you can use whatever program, but you have to make sure in terms of any items, you have to erase all your background. And Microsoft Paint somehow can do that. Cannot do that, or difficult to do that. I don't know. So I recommend Photoshop or Paint.net. NetPaint. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people using that, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm going to just make these texture a little bit different. So I will press my Control and U and just simply made it a little bit different, like the color. Yes. Okay, this should be okay. I just want to make pink one, and the color itself doesn't mean anything. I just want to make it different. So I'll call it pink as license. Okay, that should be okay. I'll put it on the desktop. Okay, we can now leave our Photoshop. We have the textures right here. Copy that too, and then bring back to the folder that we just made, which is okay, our MCP folder, SRC, Minecraft. We made mods just a few minutes ago. Justin, my custom name for the folder, textures, blocks. Okay, so you know where it is. Look at here. Okay, before that, that's for my computer. Inside of MCP 751 English, that's our MCP folder. And then yeah, follow the directory and you'll find here. Except Justin, you can name whatever you want. Okay, so we now have the textures done, and we know how to get to there. So go into your Eclipse and extend your Project Explorer, SRC. Okay, now let's make a package. So click, right click, new package, which is making the folder. So you see like the mods, adjusting the textures. What we did is actually making a folder right here. Yes. So after I finish making a package inside here, I will see a package here too. So I just want to be clear with that. Okay, so we are going to call it mods underline Justin. Okay, since we have it, we are going to make another class. Right click your new package, which is empty, so it's not brown, it's white or gray, whatever. So make a new class inside of it. Right click, go to new, you'll see class. Left click it, you will have the thing that I have now, the window just pops out. Name whatever you want. So I will call it mods underline Justin main, just to be just for, I know, easy, simple. So you can see, okay, we now have one class. So if you have looked my Chinese tutorials, you will actually see that I have the second thing after I set it up, I told everyone to make basic settings with their proxies. And just a few days ago, I just found out that we no longer need any proxies, or we don't need them separated into two classes. Since 1.5.0. So we're not going to make any proxies anymore. If you like them to be organized into two separated files, fine, you can go to that tutorial and figure it out. I don't know, but by now just follow me, please. So this space I just extends out is the place that all our imported file will go, and you don't need to save any space here. When you import a new file here, in your main class, it will automatically extends out, so you don't need to worry about it. And package, whatever file that you have, always have its declaration with the package. So that just say if you go to whatever random, I don't know, you see, like you always have the package, and by following the package, you will find the class that you want to see. cpw.mods.fml. whatever, yeah, and then yeah, that's the name for your class. Okay, so let's close that as just a random file. I just want to show you because I want you guys to know a little bit more about the basics, so that'll be easier in the future. And this is public class, which means it's a class and it's a public one. Other files can read it, and it's not abstract. It's not, we don't extend anything for our main class. And inside of this, I believe it is called squiggly brackets. Inside of here, you see there's a little tiny gray rectangle box. Like bouncing means like these two brackets, the opening and the closing are together. So yeah, every our codes in this class, not just in this class, in every class that we are going to make in the future, will have to be inside of the opening brackets after this line. otherwise it wouldn't load, or it will crash you, or you just sort of not loading. So yeah, okay, so let's keep going. And by the way, all the space that, all the layout I'm trying to make it neat, that doesn't mean anything. You can place it whatever you want. So before you go up, before we code anything that will actually affect the game, we need Minecraft Forge to recognize our mod. So type a @ and then type mod, and then parentheses. Inside of parentheses, type in mod ID equals to quotation marks, 2 quotation marks, and then inside of the quotation marks, write down the mod ID you want to give it to. So I will call it Justin Smart. And once again, it doesn't really matter what mod ID you make it, but if you make 2 mods with the same mod ID, I believe it will not load first. Yeah, it will not load, or otherwise one would load or one would crash. Okay, make a comment after the mod ID, and then make another type in name equals to quotation marks, and then name will show in your Minecraft Forge. So you have to give it a name that you want, and I'm going to call it the same thing. No, actually I'm going to call it Justin's. Just call it Justin, whatever, because I want to show you that the difference between these two. And then we will make another declaration called version equal sign quotation mark, of course, and then and remember there's a comma right here, so the comma actually separates everything, so just be aware of that. And then the version, you can give it a number. I don't really care. I'm 1.10. That's good enough. So now move your mouse onto the mod that we just typed, not mod ID. Go to mod right after the @ sign. It will pops up import mod. That's called importing, which means drag out a to dragging, or to tell this class to load another class. So yeah, import that. So your arrow, the red underline thing, will go away. Okay, cool. So now we actually can go to, okay, let's just save it. Save it is right here, or Control S. Yes. And here's run. Click run, the arrow beside run, you have client and server. It doesn't really matter, because I'm pretty sure every mod that I write will work on the server side too. And we are not that far yet. I just want to show you. So every time when you test something out inside of your Eclipse, hit that button over there, or go to client, and you will see. Okay, so it says 4 mods loaded. Go to option, you will not option, go to mods, you will see, okay, Justin's right here. The previous 3 that you already it's already been here, they are the default mods for Minecraft mod loader Forge, so it's always there, and I don't see a reason to remove them, so don't bother. So you will see we have Justin, which is the name that we just made. We have the version 1.0 right here, and mod state means available, means it's working, and the mod information that will actually need another, I think that's a text file or whatever. So for now we don't need it, so I will tell you how to make it in the future. So let's close this. Okay, so our mod is actually working now, but this mod is not doing anything because we didn't put in anything. The second thing you want to do is to write down a @ and write net work mod. Okay, you see, network is one word, and the W is supposed to be small case, in small case. Import your network mod. Okay, make a parentheses, and next you need to do is client side required equals to true. and then you need a common server side required QUIRED, yeah, that was right, equals to false. Okay, so this is basically saying that this mod will definitely require it on your client side. It won't crash you. And for the server side, even though the server doesn't have doesn't have this mod installed, you can still enter it by installing it in your default, in your Minecraft, but you cannot use it. Once you use it, or you like obtain it in your inventory, or does it with anything, you will be kicked out offline immediately. So this is not saying, okay, once you set this false, you can mess around with other server with this mod. No, that's just saying that you won't crash yourself. Okay, so save that. Okay, we can finally get something going. This actually, okay, and everything after @ sign is an annotation. There's plenty of those. I believe there are more than 20s. I think so. I've seen like a tutorial or whatever the Minecraft Forge forum, but I don't know all of them, and to be honest, I only use 2 of them most likely. So I'm just going to put down one, the most beneficial and the most important one, which is @init, which is the abbreviation for initialization. I think so. Yes, and then enter, switch to another line, type in public void, and then you will want to write down, so you need to type load after your public void. You can type in dint too, but I prefer load because I like load. And then actually you can put it whatever you want, but anyway, let's keep going. Give it a parenthesis, and then now you have to type in fml initialization event, and then you have to type in, and then give a space, event, and then open a squiggly bracket, hit enter, it will extend it for you, and then give some space to it, because we are going to write most likely everything inside of here, so we don't need that much space here. Import your init initialization, import your fml initialization event. Alright, perfect. Save it. So now we've done the basic things, and we can finally go to our topic today, block. So making a block is actually pretty easy. Okay, we need some space here before the initialization. You need to type in public static block and the block name that you want to give it. Or it's not the name that inside of the game, it's a name for the references in all classes. So I will still call it pink essence. Okay, and then you will turn blue, then that's fine, that's a string. And then you see the block here, put your mouse on it, and once again we need to import it, and they have 3 sources for it. You need to choose this one, net.minecraft.block, not the other 2. I know the other thing, CPW, is also a Minecraft Forge related block, but this is the one that we need. Since we've done that, we go to our initialization event and typing the name that you just give it to, which is pink essence. Nice. And then I'm going to give it an equal sign, and then you will see you type in new block pink essence, or whatever your name was. This thing here, the thing I just highlighted, you can name it whatever you want. This is going to be the class that we are going to create in a minute, but I would like to really put them into characters. Oh my god. So I always say, okay, whatever thing that's a block, I put a block inside, in front of it. That's just my preferences. Okay, and then make a small how do you call it, parenthesis, and type in a number for it. For block, it always, I mean, the number that you're giving to it will be the number that you will use in the actual game, and you cannot overlap them because since it will corrupt the base mod of Minecraft. So you need to give it something that higher than, I don't know, maybe 80, because I think you can simply find it out in go to a wiki page and see the last number for your for blocks, and I think items goes from 256. So yeah, you don't, yeah, okay, so it can goes up to 4096, so I can give it 4096 right away. That's the most, I mean, that's the greatest number that we can give it to. I'm not going to make it that high. I'm going to make it 1,000. So I believe 1,000 is quite decent number for everything. So yeah, nobody, I don't, like you have 4096 numbers can use, don't bother it. And we are going to give it a common inside of parentheses, and we're just gonna leave it for now. And dot set unlocalized name. Give it another parenthesis, and also a quotation mark. Boop. Okay. Give a semicolon at the end, which means this line is ended. Okay. There's an arrow here because we don't have a class for now, and also we haven't finished everything inside of our parentheses. We only have one parameter, which is our block ID. So let's do that. Let's deal with that later. Register your block, and I'm going to tell you that whatever you make is going to be registered inside of your Minecraft, which is I mean, even though it's a block, a item, an entity, or a render, it has to be registered, otherwise it wouldn't load at all. So we need to do game registry dot register block. You'll see it pops up several functions that you can choose, and for basic understanding, I'm going to type it with my bare hands. So we don't care about what is inside because we are going to type it for that's not the thing that we need. We are going to type in the thing that we want to register, which is pink essence. And you have to know, even though it's a small change with the capitalize or small case, it's different, so it has to be the same. Give it a comment and a quotation mark. Inside of here is the name that you're going to register. So for instance, you can register something with the same name that's going to crash you, but you can use the same unlocalized name, and I'm going to explain what that is or what that will do to us. So for now, I usually make the same name so I wouldn't be confused. And now the block is registered. And also you want to have a real name inside of your Minecraft, and we don't want it to look just empty, so type in language registry, yes, dot add name with a small parenthesis too. Type in the thing that you want to add name, which is pink essence. For a name, you also need a quotation mark, and that's going to be pink space essence. So we will have that name displayed inside of Minecraft when we are actually in the game. Okay, so now we need to add set unlocalized name. For here, it's actually going to be ambiguous. Because the set on localized name for item, you can simply set your texture here. Same thing for the block, you can set your texture here, and then I will show you how to do it, but I don't recommend it because sometimes you want to register your block with multi-textures, and I don't think the set on localized name will help you do that. You have to do your texture, multi-textures inside of this class. So for now, I'm going to show you how to do it. remember the texture file that we just saw, mods texture folder. So it's called Justin. So now you type in Justin and then give it a colon and then type in the texture file's name, which is called pink accents. It has to be exactly the same. So it's called pink accents. And you don't need the .png. You don't need that. It only loads PNG files. So just leave it this way. And because we said that pink accents is a block, so it's going to look into your blocks folder inside of textures. So yes, that's how the system finds your textures. And now we need to create the class right here. And you can hover your mouse up on it, or you can use your right click, make another new class. And I'm just going to hover on it and be sure that the name here is going to be the same, because I use the way that it automatically pops out, so the name is already being typed. If you made it here inside of your project explorer, you have to type in yourself. And I like to put it into another package, another folder called block. So I just simply type in .block, which means this folder block is going to be created inside of the previous folder mods underline Justin, which is under here. If you put the block in capitalized, it will not be a subfolder. It's going to be a different folder outside here. So we don't want that. You can do that, of course, but the reason why I want to do that is because after we actually going to install a mod in ours, output our mod, we will need to put everything inside a .zip file, and the less folder that we have, the more easy that we can handle, right? So I will just keep it in small case. And cool, so we now have a new package. And don't, it's going to be a little bit messed up. Press your F5, it's going to reload, and everything will be fine. It will just rebuild the workspace. So now you are inside of the block pink essence. This is the class file that we're going to extend it. Extends. Okay. No, not that. Okay. We're going to extend it as a block. So type in block, and then you have to import your block. And there are two of them. Once again, net.minecraft.block, not anything else. And you will see block pink essence is going to be underlined with red. That means we need to add a constructor for this file, and that's pretty much everything else needs, which means this class is going to be a block, which is going to use the block, and then we need something to actually make it. So we need add constructor. We don't need the auto-generated constructor stuff. That's that's garbage. You always throw it away. And you will see, okay, I now have two parameters. One is the part one. One is material, part two material. And then you can see I left the space over here. That's for our registration for our material. So now you can type in this. No, I'm sorry, not this. You now can go back here and type in material dot. You can put it into whatever material you want, and the basic one will be a ground material, and you have to import your material too. But this actually can be done in two different ways. Before you import this, okay, you can actually delete all thing here. If you want to declare your material here, you can go to your block by simply delete the parameter after your ID, which is the part one, and then this will become wrong because you no longer have the second parameter, and the part two material is still in your super line. You can just declare it right now by typing material dot whatever you want to. I'm going to call it rock. Okay, so now it also work. And the reason why I do it is because of no reason. Actually, no reason. I just want to show you how you can mess up with the parameters, and this is going to make main class gonna be less longer. Yeah, I can say less longer, because the main class will grow as long as you add in more things, and it's gonna be huge. And I don't really want to see that much thing inside of my main class, so I just try to get rid of some of the things that might be confused to you. And now we are going to, since even though we already have the texture register here, I will show you different ways to register your textures in the next tutorial, which will be codes inside of your block pink essence, or the class that you make for your block. So by now, this is actually a block inside of your games, but in order to test it out, we need to add another thing called list.setCreativeTab. And then you will see a parameter here. Delete the part1, but keep the creative tabs with an S in the end, and then type in .tab in small case tab, and then you can see it pops out many tabs that's already in Minecraft. I'm going to make it in tab block, which is all the block goes, and then typing a semicolon here. You can also type in creative tabs by yourself, because if you didn't do that, if you type in tab block by your hand, and it's going to show you an arrow, and I think you're smart enough to hover your mouse on it and then import it, since it didn't automatically import it for you. Okay, so we are going to test it for now, and I will tell you more details of your blocks with the next tutorial. I'm going to create a game, which is always in creative mode, because that's going to be easier for us to recognize our work. And I cannot put it into full screen, otherwise you guys can see it. Go to your inventory, in your creative tabs block, which means this is the tab decoration, tab redstone, tab transportation, I suppose. So go down to here. They are sorted by IDs, actually, I think. And you cannot make them in front of them, because I think stone was 1 and air one's probably 0 or something like that, and they always come comes with order, with sequence, so you cannot just move your block in front of the default blocks. Yeah, of course we can make our own creative tab, but that will be in the future. So goes down here, you see pink accents with the textures, and then it's now like a rock, and it looks okay, since I think the button texture also works. So everything for now is working. This is a basic block. Okay, so before we leave today, I'm going to tell you that there's plenty of things that you can play with your blocks. You can set your hardness with your block, your harvest level. You can set it to with a light, whatever thing. So I will show all of that in the next tutorial. And thank you for watching. Please come back to see another tutorial. Goodbye.